Hey everybody, and welcome back to SNG Weekly. This week we're going to cover a bunch of different stuff. We're going to be working a bit more on the Enterprise, the big Enterprise, this one here, for the Museum of Science Fiction.org. Actually, don't put the "the" there, it's just follow the link. And of course we are accepting contributions to getting this model built for the museum, since it's non-profit, from you. And if you're going to send money in for this model being built and to get your name on the plaque or get the little figure made of yourself that's going to be seen through the windows, be sure to send it to our website address that's listed. When you go to our website, steveneillsgarage.com, you will find the donation page to send us the money. If you send it to the museum, they can't use that to get the model built, because then the money has to come back to us. So just send it to us directly. Some of you have sent it actually to the museum, so we appreciate that too. Also be sure to visit our website and look at the store, look at our donations support page to keep our doors open as we go into filmmaking. We've talked about this before, but we are finishing up Martians Attacks SNG, and very shortly we will announce a new project that we're going to be starting. At this time, it's going to be a crowd-funded full-length feature. More on that later. We got a lot to do this week. We're going to cover the Enterprise. We're going to cover the Martians Attacks SNG Martians gun, and I'm going to show you a new approach to Spock ears that you will all be able to purchase. If you would like to have Spock ears you can use over and over again, that they're actually cast from Leonard Nimoy's ear molds. More on that in the show. Let's go.
Where are we going Wednesday, Steve?
Where are we going Wednesday? We are going to be taken to Disneyland. Actually, we're going to go down to Disneyland, and we're going to visit the Murrays, Doug Murray and Pam Murray, who are very, very old friends I've known for a long, long time. And if you're not quite clear on who they are, you can look them up on Facebook. You can look Doug up in his work in the comic book industry on the net. But they're all friends, and we're going to go down and visit them because they're in town, and go to Disneyland. They're going to take us there as a treat for our birthdays, which is really, really cool. So anyway, can we get to the show now, Mary?
Let's get to work.
Okay.
Well, now that our little friend is done, or at least pretty much done, it's time to get on to doing his gun. Now,
I had done this drawing of the gun very quickly on the back side of that the same night I did this drawing, and I like the gun. I think it's really neat. It's kind of steampunk, and I'm going to change it a little bit. Once I actually got it to our Martian, I found that what I had drawn did not really fit to him well. So what I've got here kind of looks like the Nautilus again. I don't know what it is about that. Oh, Harper, what have you done to me? But this, well, of course, his fingers will go in the trigger. This is about the right proportions with the barrel. And what I've done here is I've made two pieces, cut them and sanded them together so that they are both the same size. I stuck them together with a bit of spray adhesive so they stay together long enough to get these two shapes. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some styrene and taper it and get some thickness to these apart with some room in there for batteries and lights, of course. So what's going on with this gun? We've got our barrel in place out of brass, made the handle. Everything is locked in really well with putty. This top has been left off because I want to have access here to put some lighting in. These two gauges here will be lit up. I'm not sure I'll be able to do these because they're right where the bar is, but I might. Actually, I might. And I got the same pattern on both sides. I still have some more pattern material to put on it. I am changing the design a bit. It fits really good into his hand, which is really nice. So we got no issues there. His fingers will go right into there. I've already clamped them around, and it's about the right size. So you can see that I took the two pieces of styrene and ran into the piece this way, lengthwise, left this open for battery and everything, and tapered it this way and glued the two halves together. using this glue here. So this really worked out very, very well. It's fairly lightweight. Now I've cut out some disc here because I want to have these rings on here. I may not have as many as I have here, but I'm going to have some on. These are the larger ones, which will go back here. I'm going to get some smaller ones up at the tip, but I'm going to cut these out here in a second. So a little bit more done on the gun. I started the rings here. I've also, you know, put a little bit of brass colored paint on it just to see how it's all going to fare and look. The rings aren't glued in yet, but you get the idea. It looks pretty neat. It's going to have a lot of other different colors running through it, but you get an idea how that's going to look. Of course, there's a lot of stuff that has to go on it still that's not on it. Keeping pretty much to the design here. I've got the sight to put on. I don't know about this. We'll see. But it looks close to what's there. I've changed it a lot. I didn't like this slant here. I wanted to make it more of a straight out rifle. So, but we're going to get back to this on Monday and put all the other bits on it and get the lights in it and stuff, and it'll look really cool. Well, I've been rocketing along, and as you can see, I haven't showed you everything I've done, but you know, I'm making a prop, and I'm making it out of all kinds of stuff around the shop. And this was for eye wash, which makes a nice scope. This was a part off of a lighting kit that came with the AMT lighting kit. Remember those for fiber optics, the old ones? This is another one of those parts right there. And this came off of it was a mop of some sort. Very safe stuff for me because it looks like, you know, it might be something I'd want to use, but it really made a nice nozzle. I'm working now on vacuum forming some gauges over here, and I need some gauges in there, and I'm just going to make some different shapes, domes, and cut them down and fit them over there and put some gauges in there and light them up. I have got to thank our dear friend Eric Nyquist. I believe you gave us this last year. It's just so handy. I needed some gauge bubbles for the gun that were a certain size, and so I went around and I found that this ball bearing here actually matched the size. So I mounted it and sunk it into a piece of wood like that to make it just half, and then I just vacuum form it down like that, and that's how good this Mattel vacuum form works. We'll do that again while the camera's still running. You can see I got a perfect flat to the table piece. Now I've got another piece of plastic cut here that I cut myself. I stick it in there like so. I slam down this. This thing is so well made. You know, 1962. There's a lot of things they made back in those days that were just so much better made than toys today. This is all metal. This is really a very serious vacuum form. Even though it's very small, it's very efficient. And what creates the vacuum so well is the fact that this seals all the way down around that. Much like that big one that Kobe gave us over there from Star Trek The Next Generation and other such shows. So what I do is I get this pumping first, so it just goes right down right now. That's how fast you can do. Really. So, you know, it'd be nice to have more of these, but I'm going to get all the gauges I need at once, which is really, really, really cool. So cool, not bad for one day's progress. I got the lights in, the gauges are in the side, a nice red glow, which was Mary's idea. I have some tulip yet to put around the seal around these, and there's going to be some crosshairs in there. That's the sight, which does turn colors very slowly, doesn't it? Right now it's staying blue for some reason, and I don't know why, but it is an RGB bulb. But the gun's coming out really, really cool. Really pleased so far. This is the hatch here to get the electronics, and it's got an umbilical cord, and that will be the umbilical cord will be attached to the backpack of the Martian, which is just like they had in the cards, which is one of the few things that are like the cards. More on this on that other day. There you can see the bulb slowly changing colors. This is one of these really slow RGB bulbs. It didn't have a resistor on it, which is part of the problem. But the colors that it turns are really quite nice and very, very subtle and very, very slow, except when it's not. There we go with the green, and I think this is the one that Randy Newbert sent me, and it turns slowly like to different colors, which I really, really like. It's just great for a scanner or a gun sight, which is what this is supposed to be. So cool. And I'd like to thank Raul Quiles so much for sending me this, or us. This is the flying Earth versus the Flying Saucers spacecraft, and it's very, very accurate and very easy to build, and it even comes with a lighting setup. I know the original didn't have a lit up dome, but this one does, and it comes with this background, which is really pretty cool because there's a shadow there for the saucer. I mean, this is practically the same shot in the movie right here. So don't tell me you've never seen a UFO land on the White House lawn. Now I'm going to put this down here. I'm going to unslide this. It slides open like so. And then inside is this little unit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to frost. You twist that. And I'm going to frost. Let's see, I get this in there right. Turn it again. It snaps together like so. I'm going to frost it with silver. So when it's not lit, it'll look silver. But if it's slightly silvered, and you know how things light leak, this whole thing will have a little bit of a glow to it. The other thing that's great is it comes with, this base comes off, this here, the landing base, and you can put this on in its place, which is the weapon that would turn like that. Both fit in there, and you can remove them, so you can have it either in flight or not. One of my favorite features about this, and it takes a second to look at it and figure it out, but is the way this connects together, and you have to get it in there, and then you slide it, and it took me a couple tries, and then it locks together like that, and it locks together so well. There you go. And of course this comes off, and you can replace it with the weapon like that, so you can have it shoot you with a ray gun. I love the saucer. I love the movie. The movie's a tremendous movie. I remember watching it as a kid, and I watch it every so often, and I always enjoy it. If you don't have a copy of Earth versus the Flying Saucers, you really should, because it's really, really cool. It's very Harryhausen. But I want to go back to thanking Raul. He's been talking to me about this model for quite a while, and he sent. Well, I got an email from the other day, said, I'm going to send you one of these. And I forgot about it, and this showed up. You can see how nice the detail is on it. And I was so pleased, Raul. This thing is really fantastic. I know you plan to make more models. This is very well made, and not your typical garage kit, not even a garage kit. So you'll want to get one of these, and if you want to learn more about it, I suppose you can either look on the internet, because this is from Atlantis models, and also if you go to his website or to his Facebook page, Raul, you will find probably a lot of information about it there, or you can send me an email and I will put you in touch with him. But this is probably going to be released all over. This is really, really cool. And we're going to build this, of course, and it'll probably be a one-day build, just like Adam Savage does, except this one will probably be more like a half-day. Thank you so much, Raul. So the gun is basically done for now. I do plan to do more things to it. You know, I've got the screen in there now, which will look pretty cool when it's lit up. I got a 9-volt battery attachment to it just for now, but this will be hooked into the main power system. The reason it's got a cord coming out of it is because I couldn't get a battery inside, at least not one powerful enough to keep it going for all the length of time we'll be shooting. Then I recalled that the actual Mars Attacks cards, not that we're keeping to that, actually had a cord coming out of this unit here that attached to this for its power. So I'm going to do the same thing, which is fine. I just got to find some kind of cord to go over all this. But I can show you how this looks lit up. At least you've seen it before, but with the new piece in. Even with these bright lights on, you can still see that it's lit up, which is really great. And it was Mary's idea to put the red lights in, and it's a good thing because they do show up. I do worry about what's going to happen in green screen when this turns colors like it is now. But you see I got that screen in there, which is the deflector out of the Voyager. I had an extra one, so hey, you know, I stuck it in there. Everybody's got a Kit Bash box. Mary made me one. And there's that green. Cut away when it goes to green. So I really like that bulb. I really love the way it subtly changes colors, and I think I got this from Randy Newbert, and he sent me a few of these to try. And Randy, they're awesome. They're really awesome. Look how that turns. Just so nice and slow. And also, I know Alan Haskell gave me some as well, so I'm not sure if these are his or Randy's, but either way, thank you both. You guys are great. What I want to do now is get the gun up here with the guy and attach it to the Martian for now, and then we're going to do some tests, probably not this week, but well, maybe Friday. Just tests, no real movement, just to see how the green screen pans out. Now we're doing a selfie kind of in the mirror, but what I'm up to here is, yes, Rosie, she wants my attention about something. What I'm doing here, hopefully you can see this, I can't. Oh, hey, now I can tell that I'm in view. You see these? These are Leonard Nimoy's actual ears from there. From Star Trek: The Motion Picture. These are, you know, cast from the original Masters, and these are just latex ones, okay? And it's for a gentleman that I met online who contacted me named Paul, and he looks a lot like Leonard Nimoy. He's a sort of Leonard Nimoy look-alike, and he does the Spock character a lot for all kinds of conventions and different functions. And you know, he wanted some ears, and I thought he wanted the foam ones. No, he wanted rubber ones because he doesn't have time to apply makeup and do all that kind of stuff. He just wanted to be able to attach. So I said, well, geez, you know, let me see what I can do with Leonard's actual ears, and then you can be wearing his ears. I cast these out of latex, but before the latex set up, I smeared the edges on the edge right here, and these could be glued down, blended in with some color, and look quite good, and you'd actually be wearing Leonard's actual ears. I'm thinking about offering these if any of you may have an interest in it. They really work, and I'll show you what they look like in their raw state. Now, you know, these are from the actual molds. You can see the foam latex overflows for them, but I just thinned the edges out. They're pretty thin. Thinner on some than others. It's hit or miss, but these actually can be worn, and they're quite hefty and thick, so that means that they will last a long time and you can reuse them. And here's the one I just had on, and you can see it really works. So Paul, if you're watching, there's your ears. They will be coming to you shortly as soon as I dry them out and paint them. And if any of you want to wear an actual pair of Leonard Nimoy's ears and actually be able to use them and stuff, to go to conventions, for Halloween, wherever you have, go to our website. They're $100 a pair plus shipping, and they are reusable. So we will get that up on the website soon. We just have them as shadow box for $100, unshadow box for $100, and shadow box for $200. And yes, I will send you a certificate of authenticity because I'm the guy who did it. So, pretty cool, huh? And there we go. Everything's lit up finally. Looking good. A few things I don't like, you know. There's always going to be that tulip, things like that. But ultimately, everything's where I want it. I have to make some adjustments here because it was really hard to get him to hold this gun. But he's holding it rather well now. And that's basically going to be the pose when we see him walk up and talk to me, and then he shoots me. While holding the gun. One hand's going to be out making gestures, but everything's lit up. I'll turn the lights off here just so we can see it in all its glory. So we got a little light leak up there I don't like, I'm going to get, but overall I think it came out good. And you know, there's going to be all kinds of tweaking that'll have to be done. The fingers still work. The trigger finger pulls in, which is really cool. These fingers still work, so we have a nice look all the way around. The rest we'll fix in post. Okay, here's the ears, and they're painted, and you can see how they're I've just stuck them on. No glue, nothing. But if you take some dual surgical adhesive, now you're thinking, what's that? How am I going to find that? Well, I thought you might be able to find it easier than prosthetic grade adhesive and that kind of thing, because Duo is a surgical adhesive that is for putting on eyelashes, and any beauty supply store will carry it. It's very easy on your skin, and if you put some on the underneath side of this edge and then touch it down and blend a little bit over, that will glue them down. And they'll be blended to your ear. And then you take a little bit of makeup, base makeup, and put it up over the ear and down onto your own ear and blend them out. And those ears will look way better than those dumb things you can buy that cover your whole ear and they slip over. Those, you know, really, this is the real thing. These are Leonard's real ears, and they'll fit a lot of people within reason. I may do some other ones that are slightly smaller for smaller people, but these are going to fit most adult males who want to be Mr. Spock or some other Romulan or Vulcan. So,
Well, what about girls?
what about girls? Girls can wear these too. They'll fit.
Do you make smaller ones?
Well, we do make smaller ones. Those are the ones that are made out of silicone, and they are a true prosthetic, and they are made the same way they're made for the movies, but they are $200 a pair because these have real fine blender edges on them and fit just right. They're made out of silicone. But these are $100, and you can use them over and over again, and they're very durable, and they'll last for years because they're just latex, rubber latex. See? Look, I've got Spock's ears in my hands. So, you know where to go if you want them. Go to our website. Mary, I know, will be updating it very soon. Yes, we are working on the Enterprise. Yeah, you can just see me. I'm moving down, there. That's good. I'll lean in. But what I have to do still is get all these windows cut out, and there's so many of them when you're actually opening up all of them. Of course, in the original show, only this side of the model was actually seen by camera ever, and it's the only side that actually had windows. In addition to that, a lot of the windows were blacked out and only some were on. But we're cutting them all out so that we can have lights you can turn off and on from the phone app. I believe that's how it's going to happen. So you can light up rooms, turn them off, you can have the original configuration or all the windows lit up, and you can see inside the rooms and actually see the little figures that Ken Palco is going to be making, is putting in there. So I'm going to get my visor so I can see up close, and I'll show you how I'm doing these windows one more time. Because that's what we're doing, and that's what's going to happen for a while. Alright, we're a little closer. I'm going to take the drill bit here, and I can just see these windows here. I'm going to open up these, and the first thing I do is I take my drill very carefully, go very slow. You don't want to go off to the edge. And we pop through like that. I'm going to do this whole row right here. And I'm looking to see if we're actually being seen. Now that I got that done, because this is 1630 two-part polyurethane foam, yeah, this is foam rubber. It's really easy to carve, unlike epoxy. I can just get in there, and of course the other thing you can do too is if you can just do this and like that, get that open like that. Then you're going to go in and you can just carve this stuff right up to the edge, like so. And like so, and then file it out the rest of the way, which I'll do here in a second. I got to put my visors back on. So there's a basic carve out. Then I'm going to take these small little files here and stand right to the edge of the scribe. Now, I'm going to try to zoom in a little more here, so maybe you can actually see that edge. Maybe not. And of course, every time I do that, I scratch the surface. Just try not to, if you're doing a model like this. Many of you have written to me and asked me if I would sell you a kit of this, and I have said no repeatedly. I don't make kits anymore. And then down this way. Sharp the edges, and then use this one here. Go in. It is so noisy here today. I've been at shooting ranges that require gun ranges. And now I'm going to do the rest. So, as you can see, I got all these windows opened up. And I still have to do the neck, but once this whole engineering section is completed, I can start connecting it together. But even before I get the armature that Ken Palco is going to make, I'm going to be able to make this connect together. I start putting some lighting and windows in it and things like that. But the first thing I'll have to do is preen this and paint the hole. I'm going to do that with the saucer section as well next week, and we're going to get the actual hole colors on and start putting windows in and that kind of stuff. But we still have to do the windows on this side, and that will complete this before we can do that. So we will be doing that over the next few days, and you can take a look at that next week when we come back to the Enterprise project. What a fantastic week. It was really, really a lot of fun to see Doug and Pam and go to Disneyland. We're a bit tired. We walked around that place for about 8 hours and saw all kinds of stuff and went all kinds of rides. Doug and Pam, thanks so much for a very magical day and a lovely pre-birthday gift for both of us, Mary and me. So we got a lot done, not as much as I'd like to get done. We're going to get a lot more done next week. Of course, we're going to keep continuing on with Martians Attacks SNG. That's the main thrust right now, to get the film done so that we can launch our next project. Thank you so much for your support. Again, don't forget to visit our website and check out our support page, our store, and also the link to the Museum of ScienceFiction.org. And also, you may want to check out Enterprise in Space. As you know, some of you know, I'm one of the judges on it, and I'm involved in that endeavor. And it's a really, really good project that I think should be supported by all of you who are as big about being in space and space stuff and space nuttiness as I am. So please check it out. And we'll see you next week.